About 3 years ago, I went through a season of depression. Um, I've always been pretty melancholic, and my moods can swing pretty wildly back and forth. But whatever happened 3 years ago felt like something new. It was more painful than it had been before, and we didn't really know what was going on. But one of the things that ended up happening was that my children were watching it happen, which was a very, very humbling thing, because as a father, you kind of want to be like the strong one in the family. And I had no choice but to be the weak one. And it was an incredibly profound experience to feel carried by my children and my wife over the course of that season. A few years ago, I was rock hopping in a river in North Carolina with my family, and I broke my ankle. I slipped off a rock and broke my ankle on Father's Day, no less. And my three children waded out into the river and carried me to the car. That is a little picture of what it was like for me during that season a few years ago. And my wife during that season would often make me look her in the eye, and she would tell me, something good is coming. Something good is coming to you. Because that's what hope looks like. And I think that one of the things that is really easy to slip into when you're in any kind of despair or depression is that this is the way that life is, and it is always going to be that way. But that's not the story the Bible tells us. The Bible tells us that our lives and the world itself, they're all moving toward some great redemption and a revelation. It's moving toward resurrection, really. And so that season that I was in, where I was being carried by my family, ended up becoming one of the richest seasons in which I was able to experience the love of God.